What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are getting closer to the end of the Gryps conflict. Last time, Rekkawa was presumed dead by the Ayuk, but she actually defected to the Titans. Because of her feelings as a woman, I could do an entire video series on Rekkawa alone. The writing and character development of Rekkawa is so wild. This time, the Titans are going full genocide on the Spacenoids as the colony laser is fired on a neutral colony. Not only that, but Rekkawa will lead a Titans team to gas another colony. Things are starting to pop off in UC-87, so let's get into this. The Argama crew makes their way towards Side 2. Meanwhile, Gryps has completed their new headquarters, which now consists of the Gate of Zidane, the former Abawaku, and Luna 2. The former Gryps colony, now called Gryps II, has been turned into a colony laser. The Titans are ready to make their move on Granada. After the Titans fired on Parliament back on Earth, the people are concerned over the power given to Jamatov. Bask is concerned about leaving everything in the hands of Sirocco. Bask is going to step in. He is going to create his own cyber new type team. The Titans plan on dealing with Sirocco and Axis after they take Granada. Jamatov puts Sirocco in charge of the Gates of Zidane and will back up Bask, who will be given the Dogos Gyar. Also, look how big Bask's face is right here. Meanwhile, Fa, Emma, Camille, and the children go out on the town. Also in the colony is Rosamia, a cyber new type who fought the Argama crew previously. Emma splits off with the team and Rosamia seems to be tailing the crew. Camille teaches the kids about the colony modules on the outside of the colony. They're mainly for agricultural purposes. At that same time, there just so happens to be mobile suits hiding in the modules. Rosamia notices Camille and begins following him. She acts like a child. This is because she has a split personality thing going on where she takes on either a childlike nature or a cruel personality. Meanwhile, Quattro is scouting outside of the colony modules when the random hidden mobile suits spot him. She pulls out a picture that looks like her and a younger Camille. One of the rogue Hyzaks shoots at Quattro's Hyakushiki. Side 2 is a neutral territory, so Quattro was mad that they are firing. They engage in battle. One of the Hyzaks shoots a hole through the colony, and they escape inside it. Quattro chases them and takes down one enemy, but he causes another hole. He uses his goop to plug up the hole. While out, Kum runs into a little girl. It just so happens to be Mina Vazabi. She hangs out with the kids on the boat, but Haman comes out and tells her to come back on shore. Rosamia tries to play games, but Minerva isn't having any of it.
Woman, don't lie.
Camille and Fa notice that it is Minerva and Haman. Suddenly, the rogue Hyzak and Quattro comes in and attacks. They are firing left and right in the colony.
Don't you understand that you just don't do this in a colony?
One of the Axis members gets in the Gaza Sea. He attacks and destroys the remaining Hyzaks, but damages the colony more. The Gaza Sea pilot gets sucked out of the colony. Quattro makes his escape and meets up with the Argama team. He has to go to the police because he violated neutral territory, but he is sure he won't get into too much trouble as he was just defending himself from rogue Titans. Rosamia is brought on board the Argama. They run into Emma and she starts freaking out. They take her to the detention room to get some rest. Emma and Camille head to the briefing room to meet with Bright about the new colony laser. They need to investigate to see if it is active. Rosamia stumbles into the briefing room before being escorted out. Camille asks Quattro if he truly believes she is a cyber new type. Quattro said he never said that. Did Camille just read his mind? Meanwhile, back on the Jupitris, Sirocco gets all touchy-feely with Rekkawa. He gives her the Masala to use. The Argama crew launches and heads toward Bask's team. This is only meant to be a recon mission. Rekkawa heads out in the Masala and spots Zeta. They engage in battle. Camille isn't able to feel who is in the Masala and notes that it isn't Sarah. He goes on ahead while Emma and Apolly take care of the Masala. Emma realizes that it is Rekkawa in the mobile armor. Rekkawa ignores the two and chases Camille. After she chases, Camille notices and gets the upper hand by destroying its left arm. She gets out of her mobile suit. He notices that it is Rekkawa. He tells her that she joined the Titans. Camille is upset and says that he could protect her, but she simply calls him foolish. She takes off, but before she goes, she lets Camille know that the colony laser is complete. Camille heads back to the Argama. Emma knows that Camille saw Rekkawa out there on the battlefield, but he plays dumb and says he saw nothing. Emma, handle business. They head to the briefing room where Camille explains to the entire crew the whole situation. Camille compares her defection to Emma's defection from the Titans. She slaps him again. Bright and Quattro tend to believe Rekkawa about the completion of the colony laser, but Emma says they shouldn't believe her. They keep that a secret for now. Of course, Camille doesn't like this. As the AU make their way to Gryps II, Bast fires the colony laser. It hits Colony 18 of Side 2. This was the colony laser at only part of its power. It has the potential to do so much more at 100%. What's happening in the med bay right now?
Boom, hold her legs for me.
Camille convinces Rosamia to get a checkup. Rosamia and Coom show the doctor their tits. Bask wants Rekawa to lead an operation to gas a colony. She questions Bask. Did you hear that, Bask? You gonna let her talk to you like that?
Who do you think you are?
He tells her that he is trying to bring peace. Hilarious. The Argama preps for launch. Rosamia wants to steal a Gundam. Shinta and Coom convince her to steal one. Quattro is informed by the doctor that Rosamia may be a cyber new type. He goes to investigate while Bright leaves Emma in charge of the team. Shinta and Coom distract the team in the hangar while Rosamia steals a Nemo. Quattro goes back to the Hyakushiki and chases Rosamia. He has no choice but to try to shoot her down. Her moves are insanely good. It is all the proof Quattro needs to know she is a cyber new type. Meanwhile, Rekawa starts gassing the colony. She was hoping that the Ayug would stop her. Camille is able to sense it. They head out towards the colony. Camille engages with Rekawa. As they are fighting, Rosamia comes in and helps Camille. She is able to shoot down one of the Hyzaks. Camille is also now sure she is a cyber new type. Quattro and Rekawa meet on the battlefield. She starts calling him Char. Camille gets back into his mobile suit and takes out some Hyzaks, while Rosamia starts freaking out. She starts shaking a dead child that has been killed by the gas. Rosamia gets back into the Nemo and starts fighting Camille. She has switched to her other personality and now sees the Zeta Gundam as her enemy. Quattro is hesitating to shoot Rekawa. She begins retreating. Rosamia takes off on her own. Camille makes this noise. Granada begins evacuating the citizens. However, many defied the Titans by remaining in the city. Both the Radish and Argama went to Levian Rose to resupply. They are now heading back to Side 2. Emma, Camille, and Quattro meet with the doctor. They find out that Rosamia has steroids and keto-metallothioneine in her body.
The anti-radiation drug?
Exactly, Quattro. Behind Camille's whining, he makes a great point about how creating cyber new types defeat the purpose of new types and natural evolution. The doctor tries to look at Emma's tits.
Onto your top, Emma.
Back at the Dogo Skiar, Rosamia is back on board and she is testing out a new mobile armor. Bask gets a communication that the Alexandria is experiencing engine failure and won't be able to meet up with them. He takes off and leaves Rosamia and Gates in the new Baund dock. The NRX-055 Baund dock is a very fast and mobile armor despite the fact that it looks like a crab. It is equipped with a beam rifle, a beam saber, a powerful diffuse megaparticle cannon, a claw arm, and 2 leg claws, but it specifically is equipped with the Psychomu system that can be used by new types and cyber new types. I think that this unit looks extremely ugly. What are your opinions on this unit? Gates will pilot a 2-seater version of the Baund dock that will be used by the flight instructor. Camille, Quattro, and Emma launch and rendezvous with the Ayug Advanced Fleet. Camille wants to bring Rosamia back for Shinta and Coom's sake. The Radish pilots, including Katz, launch as well. The Titans enter Side 2 airspace. The mayor of Side 2 wants to fire on them, while others want to surrender. Luckily, the Ayug make their way to the colony to help protect it. A fleet of Hyzaks come in, while one Barzam goes off towards the colony. Fawn the Methus chases the unit until Rosamia in the Baund dock starts attacking her. Camille in the Zeta comes in and helps Fa. While fighting, Camille senses that it is Rosamia in the mobile suit. She snaps out of it and manifests the childlike personality for a moment. Camille tries to get her to come back to the Argama. She snaps out of it and fires off a round hitting the colony. Her psycho waves controlling the mobile armor go off. They flee into the colony. Camille gets out of his Gundam and tries to get her to come out of the Baund dock. Camille begins fighting the ship.
Please don't hurt the Baund dock.
I have to.
It is just an inanimate object, Camille. He is able to get her to calm down. Outside of Colony 13, the Titans are trying to use G3 gas. Quattro wonders if Minerva is still on the colony. He goes in to find out. Quattro goes in and finds one of Minerva Zabi's handmaidens slowly dying. She says to Quattro, calling him Char, he must protect the princess and that it isn't her fault that she was born into the Zabi family. The handmaiden slowly dies. Camille has finally calmed Rosamia down when Gates comes in his Baund dock and freaks her out again. Gate gets out and fights Camille, but once Quattro makes his appearance, he gets back in the mobile armor. They try to take off before Quattro shoots it down. It begins transforming into its mobile armor mode. Rosamia heads out with Gates. It seems that Rosamia doesn't remember him again. Camille gets back into the Zeta and they begin fighting, though Camille is hesitant. He can't shoot her. The two take off for now. Rosamia and Gates chases after them outside the colony. Once they head out of the colony, they are surrounded by the Ayug. They don't fight but are able to retreat. Camille cries out for Rosamia. Meanwhile, the attack on Side 2 was simply a ruse. While they were fighting, Basque makes his way to Granada with the colony laser. And that will do it for this episode. The Titans are not messing around anymore. Some are murdering and hating it, some are murdering and enjoying it, and others are waiting to murder while touching girls' faces. Next time, Aman starts working with the Ayug. Or does she? Negotiations will break down and people will start killing one another. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, if you truly care about the lineage of the zombie family, maybe keep an eye on the remaining member of the family and don't let her wander off. Peace.